She was found living in horrific conditions, covered in bruises and in filth.
Now we're learning family members responsible for her care will not face a single charge following her death. That's our top story at 5:30. Thanks for staying with us. I'm David Allen.
I'm Janet Roach. Why is no one being held responsible? That's the question Irene McClain's friends are asking. They're shocked that nobody will be charged more than a year after the Virginia Beach woman's death. 13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves has been digging into this case.
And Stephen, you took their concerns straight to prosecutors.
Yeah, one of their biggest questions is why did this investigation take so long? Well, a spokesperson with the prosecutor's office says this wasn't an extensive investigation. Detectives looking into it since 2016. No charges, but McClain's friends hope something comes out of her story. She lived a full, energetic life that took a tragic turn, starting a police investigation. More than a year later, an outcome unexpected to friends, but in a way, still a relief.
Of course it provides closure because this is the last that we're going to hear about this case.
Tonight, investigators will not file charges in 96-year-old Irene McClain's death. This after they say she was found with skin tears, crusted eyelids, soiled clothing, and feces under her long fingernails. She would die soon after in the hospital. It was while family was taking care of her in Virginia Beach. McClain had recently moved from California, where she forged a 20-year friendship with Stephen Kovacs.
Clearly, she was neglected at the very end.
But he says numerous attempts to check on her were denied.
She should have had better care.
The medical examiner gave us an extensive list for McClain's cause of death, some including lack of nourishment, Alzheimer's, dementia, and rib fractures. In part, the Virginia Beach Commonwealth Attorney's Office says, quote, after meeting with medical experts and reviewing the autopsy, it's our conclusion that we are unable to connect the lack of adequate care to the level that would result in criminal charges.
And maybe that's what we should take away from it, that how fragile elderly people are and how they need the absolute best care. And good may not be good enough.
And to elaborate more, prosecutor's office added that if experts testify, they would say that McClain was cared for. They just can't connect that care with the reason why she ended up in the hospital and ultimately died. Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.